Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Saturday. Today is March 27th, and I hope everyone enjoyed Power for Parkinson's this morning. Upcoming, we have Ocean's 8 this afternoon for our member matinee at 1 p.m. So if you're interested in some action in that, you can definitely check it out at 1 o'clock on Channel 77. And later this afternoon, we have our Saturday Night on Broadway, which is Kiss Me, Kate. So if you're interested in checking that out, definitely tune in at 5 p.m. Tomorrow morning, we have Yoga with Leah at 10 a.m. So if you're a big fan of Leah's yoga, check that out as she's leaving us pretty soon. And always remember that you guys can definitely sign up for events on Life Loop. We've been working hard in community life on our Thrive for next month, and we have some awesome events coming to you guys. So if you would like to look ahead a little bit, feel free and definitely register if you're interested, because there is going to be limited spots in many of our events that are going to be more in person. So definitely be checking Life Loop. And we have Monica and Hannah here who are going to tell us about some awesome updates in the restaurant service. So take it away, guys.
So I know that everybody is very excited and curious about how we're going to do this opening, which of course will be very slow. But before we get into that, we're going to kind of just go over some of the things that will be happening in the next few days. Tomorrow is our Passover dinner, and you'll be able to order day of. We're not doing that one in advance, but the cooks, as we speak, are making some really great Jewish recipes, so we're excited about that. And then, of course, midweek, there'll be a couple of flyers going out with instruction on how to order your Easter feast. And there'll be two different ways. We've gotten a lot of great feedback from the packs or the boxes or the baskets that we do that have all kinds of goodies, kind of so that you can graze through the day. But then we'll also have an Easter dinner for next Sunday. We will be doing some training, a lot of training this week with serving and getting back to normal. As it's been difficult for you, and maybe even, driving your car or going to the store has been like, oh, I remember this. That's the same thing our servers are going to be dealing with, as well as our cooks. So during this transition, that is a very exciting transition. It'll be a very challenging transition for us. So we ask that you please be patient with us. We're by no means perfect, but we want to do our best for you. We completely are committed to the fact that this is your home, and you want it right, and we get that, and we're going to do our very, very best to do that. Today I brought Hannah with me because, as most of you know, Leah's last day is today, and it sounds like tomorrow she'll be doing yoga, but we're sad to see Leah leave, but she's going to be doing more of her yoga and kind of slowly transitioning into what she really loves, which is important for everybody's life, to do what's right for them. And so some of the girls that were with me when we first opened will also be leaving. There is places that are tip based. And sometimes it's about the money and making that money and whatever their obligations are, and we just cheer them on and we wish them well. But then that leaves us, for me, to hire more individuals, associates, quality people to take the place of these associates that are leaving. So we're excited to revamp, to recreate, to make those new memories with our members. So that leaves, again, back to Hannah. Hannah will be my lead server. And she is one of, actually, I think she's our last one that has been with us from the beginning. And I'm just so proud of her. She came to us when she was 18. And she had already done 2 years of experience. So she started the industry when she was 16. I feel like a proud mom because she's come such a long way. She's very moldable to make your hacienda at the canyon type quality, and that's exactly what we want. So we're excited. We are excited, but again, we know it's going to be very challenging. So we're going to kind of break down how this is going to all work. And please don't feel a need to record or remember everything we're going to say because it's going to go out in a flyer probably midweek. So you'll have a good week to call me with questions. And I ask that you call me rather than the servers or even the concierge. Just because they're all very, very busy. And not to say that I'm not, but I rather take the burden of just the calls. And not that you're a burden, but that the fact that there's going to be a lot of questions. And there's a lot of moving parts to this. And we want to make sure it's good and right. And it may take a few times for us to get it right, as it did when we first started delivery at your door in March. If you can remember back, that was challenging. And then we perfected it. We started out with delivery at your door with about 7 or 8 people being able to follow through with from A to Z to get the food to you. Now we could do it with 3 to 4 people. That's how much we've mastered it. So that will be the same way with serving. It's going to take us a bit. And I can't say it enough. I can't stress it enough how much we would just appreciate if you'd be patient with us. Hannah has a big job ahead of her. And I'm very confident in her, and I'm very confident in our new servers. I'm ready to just embrace and train them. And so please be easy on them. So before we go on, Hannah, if you'd like to say anything before we kind of explain the step-by-step service.
Yeah, I just want to say I'm really, really excited, to be in this position and to, grow in this position too, and learning with everyone and training everyone. Just like Monica said, we're very excited, but it will be a very slow start. Again, it's going to be a lot of training people. There's going to be a little bit of ups and downs, but eventually we'll get there and we'll master it just like we did delivery. So we just ask for your patience, especially with the whole phone call system. We're excited for that, but it will be okay. We'll get through it, and we're going to have a good time. And we're very excited to see you guys in the Morrow again. We're very excited for that.
So without confusing you too much, I'm going to go through it. And the reason why Sophia is still on with us is because it makes sense to Hannah and myself, because we as a dining team created it. But if you didn't create it, it might not make sense. So when that comes up as we're talking right now, Sophia will say, I have a question. And really, she's going to be almost like the member.
Be you guys.
Yes,
yeah.
Because she doesn't know what we're doing. And so if it doesn't make sense to her, then I'm sure it's not going to make sense to you. It makes sense to us because we created it. So here we go. So first off, like I said, we will be sending out a flyer. And we'll be sending out that flyer next Wednesday. And we're sending it out on Wednesday because that gives us 1 week with your questions and maybe any slight changes. But we want to start out with this. It's solid. It's going to work. It's not only going to work for you, but it's going to work for the cooks, for the servers, and just in general. And again, it's not opening up the restaurants and everybody coming in. And I hope you understand that we just can't do it like that. So
there's going to be a slow process.
Yes.
So we're starting off with fewer people in the restaurants. Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
Okay. And also another clarification that I recognized from earlier, Monica said, don't call the concierge. So you will have to call the concierge in order to get to Monica's phone. But what we ask is that you don't try to have all of your questions answered by concierge.
Yes.
So if you're going to call with questions, definitely call them, but ask for Monica.
Yes, please. Okay, so again, that flyer will go out, and hopefully what you read there and what you remember from this, this live at lunch, it's going to all come together for you. Okay. So first, delivery at your door. Everybody's wondering if that's going to go away or if there's going to be a charge to that. That is going to remain exactly the same. Okay? The only difference you'll see is we'll take fewer orders every hour. Okay? But you might not even notice that because that other half will be in the restaurant. So, again, that might not even be something you're going to notice.
So same times, same hours, same like hours to call and everything, same number.
They're calling the same number?
Same
Yes.
number, everything like that. So just as we've been doing it, do exactly the same. It's just there's going to be fewer orders for every hour for dinner and for lunch.
And another thing you'll probably notice, and this isn't something that, is concerning, actually, it'll probably be better for you, is those orders every hour will be delivered at the top of the hour. Mm-hmm. So you'll get it within that 20 minutes of the hour, 15 to 20 minutes of the top of the hour. Do you understand that? Does that make sense?
So you're not going to get it after, say you order at 6:20 or at 6 o'clock, you're going to get it between 6 and 6:20, not between 6 and 7.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Great. Yes. And reason being is because we need to get those orders out and then go back to serving. So that's why they're separated like that. So again, that's probably the most important thing. Another question that I've already gotten, is there going to be a charge to delivery at your door? Absolutely not. We understand, you're going to have to work with us. So with that, we've got to take, give a little. And with that being said, there will be no charge. It'll be served. It'll be bagged up. It'll be delivered the same way, and you will still call the same number. And that is from 7 to 3:30 every day. Okay. Unless for some reason we do an event, but by then I'm hoping that more things will be open.
Let's not get confused with
that.
Okay.
Not yet.
So after that, then we have the ordering in the restaurant, and that's where everybody's ears are opened. So there will be limited time to order, and there will be limited seating available. So when I say limited time to order, to call in your reservation, you can only phone in your reservation. Only. That's it. You cannot come up to the hostess stand. You cannot pass me in the hall.
So can I go to concierge and order?
No.
Right.
You may not come to the concierge and say, I cannot get through. Well, you cannot get through because the phone is being occupied. Okay. I know this is frustrating. It's been an ongoing.
Will they call me back?
Yes,
okay.
They will call you back. So, but let me say this. The time that you can make a reservation, everybody probably already has in mind, I'm going to get up early and I'm going to leave a message on the phone so I can get my reservation and the time I want. Absolutely, you cannot do that. So the time that you can call to make a reservation to sit in the restaurant is from 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. It's a very small window. But guess what? I bet you we will be full within that first hour. Okay?
Yeah,
true.
So it's a very short window. And so let's say I'm going to call at 10:28 and leave a message. We're not going to take it. We're not going to honor it. It's that call, that first call that makes contact with us via by the voicemail or by us with the time of 10:30 is the first one we'll honor. And that's the first one we will call back. So it'll be in the order of how it came on the voicemail or that we answered the phone. Now you're wondering, how can we do that with one phone and delivery at your door? And it's going to be the same phone number that you're calling delivery at your door. The reason why we're doing that is because it gives us more control and handle on everything. Okay. But there will be 2 lines for that one phone number. So there will be a phone at the host stand and a phone in the back where the ladies or the associates take the order. Okay. So at 10:30, we'll be taking both. You'll be taking orders for delivery, and you'll be taking orders for the restaurant. Okay? It'll be very limited. I think the total for the whole night is how many, Anna? For the whole night for the restaurant?
For the restaurant, so it's going to be about, I want to say a little over 40 people.
Yeah.
40 people.
Yeah,
okay.
It's about 48. 48 total will be able to eat in the restaurant for that dinner service
And how
on
many
a daily
people
basis.
can order delivery?
40 people can deliver.
So we're at 80 people total, half delivery, half in the restaurant.
And that gives us maybe about 10 people. This doesn't include AF. So keep that in mind. We have to do them either way, whether they eat in the restaurant or we order it. That's not including them. Okay? So then that leaves about maybe 8 or 10 people, which is normal because not everybody eats
every single day
in the restaurant or deliver at your door. And now that things have opened up and people have gotten that second vaccine, people are feeling more comfortable leaving. Not to say that we want you to, but we're anticipating that. If that doesn't seem to be the case and more people seem to be left out, we'll try to up that number. But this is what we're starting with.
So this is a constantly changing process.
Yes.
It's going to change over the next couple weeks and months, and we have to be patient because things will get different and change, and we'll work on it.
So the next question is, will we be social distancing? No, we will not. Okay. Will the servers serving you be vaccinated? Yes, they will. Anyone who is not, which is very, very few, will not be in the front of the house. Okay.
Will my server be wearing a mask?
That's still to be determined. We have not decided that yet. Okay. So we will let you know on that part. Those are the fine details that as we get closer to the date, because as you know, the health department, CDC has changed daily. So we really don't want to put that part out. So there will be no social distancing. You will be able to make a reservation with another couple, but that other couple needs to call to confirm. We don't want you to just anticipate and then find a couple. We want to know that that is confirmed. So we ask that of you. If you are one of our new members and you don't know anyone and you're more than willing to sit with someone, we want to make sure that we offer that to you. So we'll maybe be seating you with a couple so that you can meet some people.
Yeah, so I think the hostess who's going to be answering the phone call should be asking every member who's only like a 1 or 2 top, are you available to sit with any other member? So we'll be able to do that. And then if you guys have the same times, if 2 members want to sit with each other, that's more than welcome to happen. And then we'll always make it happen so that everyone can start meeting everyone again and everyone can start like being friends with everyone again.
Yes, and so we'll start taking reservations, first reservation at 4:00, and then it staggers from there. And, you know, you may or may not get the time you requested, so you need to be open about that. Again, reservations will stop being taken at 1:30. I do believe we'll be full by then, especially only taking 48 people, which means 48 covers through the course of the night from 4 to 7. Okay. That means very, very few people in the restaurant, and you may come in and you want it at 6:00 time and you come in at 7 and you see that it's completely empty. Things are done purposely. You know, again, we're trying to get us ready and set ourselves up for success. And that is going very, very slow. And with 4 of my key servers leaving, filling those positions, training people, it's going to be challenging, but we know we can do it. We're up for the challenge, right, Hannah?
Absolutely.
We have some really good new servers. We also want you to know that the bar will be open.
Cameron's really excited about that.
Yeah. So for those of you who have seen or met Cameron, he is a bartender, a very experienced bartender. So when let me rephrase that. I said the bar will be open does not mean you can sit at the bar. It means when you are sitting in Morrow to have your meal and you would like a cocktail or a glass of wine, we will be able to provide that to you. At a later date, we will then close Morrow, and then
Let's not
open
get ahead of
Taboon.
ourselves
But I
here.
want you to know that because that's the question that has been asked constantly: is will Taboon and Gallery open? Yes, it will. But we're going to do a good maybe 10 to 12 days, maybe even 2 weeks in Morrow before we then open another restaurant. And we're going to do them one at a time and one meal service at a time. Is there anything you'd like to add, Hannah?
Just, I know a lot of members, when like I'm talking over the phone with them, sometimes they don't understand why we do what we do, or understand why we only take those reservations at 10:30, starting right at 10:30 to the dot, or any other questions. The reason that we're only taking a certain number for deliveries at a time, and it's going to be at the top of the hour, is because when we have those people sitting for a certain time, we can't rush the kitchen with over 20 orders at a time, or else you're not going to get your food at a timely manner. It's not going to be hot anymore. So just know that a lot of this can be a little confusing, but we have a very good reason for everything that we're doing now. So if you keep a very open mind and be very patient with us, we're also going to be very patient with you guys. We're going to try our best, and eventually we'll start opening a little more. We'll do a little bit more, and just another thing, we're just very excited to see you guys again. I know I'm excited. I know a lot of our other servers, newer servers who haven't gotten to meet any of our members, are also very excited to finally meet you guys when they've been talking over the phone.
Okay, I have 2 questions for you guys. First of all, are the menus the same for delivery and dine-in?
No, they will not be the same.
It'll be different for both.
Okay.
So coming from a resort setting, there was always a different menu in a restaurant than in room service. And the reason why that is because, as you've seen through this last year, not all food
It doesn't travel well, right?
it doesn't travel well, it doesn't sit well. So this gives us an opportunity to limit that menu. There's a lot of stuff we served that was very difficult to box up, and also took away the quality and the presentation of the food. So with the restaurant open to where we can really showcase that on a real plate, using real silverware, we're going to make sure that that delivery menu is catered more to a room service type menu. So yes, it'll be different. No, you cannot get the same items that you get in the restaurant in delivery at your door. We will still make sure that they're appealing and appetizing to you. But no, the menus will be different.
So when am I going to get my menus?
So the menu for delivery at your door, we're only going to give that. We don't want to confuse you. The delivery at your door right now, we don't want to give that to you until probably the day before we start this. Otherwise, people are going to think they can order from both menus. I had to learn the hard way.
So you're going to be giving out the menu for delivery the day before you open the restaurant?
Yes.
Okay. And then I remember last time you guys did this, when it was social distanced, you had to order your meal over the phone. We're not doing that anymore.
No, it'll be traditional serving.
Okay,
Traditional. We're going to
so you come in and you order in the restaurant.
You're going to have a hostess. They'll seat you at your table that they've designated you. You're going to sit down. It'll be water. We're going to have bread service again. And then the server's going to greet you at your table. And it's just going to be just like normal again.
So which means, the food isn't automatic. Maybe you've gotten into that habit, or maybe you like the fact that you could visit for a bit before actually eating. There'll be that time of bread service. And if you ordered a dinner salad, or even a side salad with a side soup, and visit, and a glass of wine, and of course, like Hannah said, water service. We don't want to rush you. That's very important to us. That we'll be touching the tables. We won't leave and disappear like we had to when we were doing the social distancing. The surfers will be on the floor.
So this is as normal as we have seen in a year.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Great.
I think that's more than enough information to put out right now. One last thing, very, very important. And we had a lot of challenges when we were open before. You're not to walk in the restaurant. If you don't see a hostess, it's because she's seating. Him or her is seating someone. Okay. So please wait at the host stand until the host or hostess seats you. Please.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you guys so much for all the information. I'm sure you guys still have questions. As we know, we're going to call Monica through concierge. Try to keep your questions to Monica, and remember to be patient with our flyers and any information coming out in the future. Thank you guys. You have anything to add?
No, that's it.
Perfect. I hope you guys have a good weekend and enjoy your last couple days of food at your door. Just kidding. It's still going to happen.